A recent GoBankingRates.com survey found 57% of millennials have only $10,000 or less saved for retirement. While the survey results are concerning, there still is plenty of time for millennials to build up a healthy retirement savings, and personal finance expert Mike Martinez is here with that. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think millennials are ages 22 to 37, so that's a big set of people who are affected.
That's right.
But I mean, for somebody who maybe is decades away from retirement, not thinking about it and about to, just kind of tune it out, why is this so critical?
It is very critical. You know, John, we give more importance to age and experience than we do to youth. And in fact, the youth have a much better advantage than the experience. And that's because they have more time to allow compounding interest. As you know, compounding interest is when interest makes interest and interest makes interest. But very important to start early, and I'm going to give you an example in a second.
Well, go ahead.
Well, for example, if you're 30 years old, and let's just say that you're able to put $100 a month, any amount of money, $1,200 a year, and compared to a 50-year-old who said, well, I didn't have the money back then, I had too many bills, right? So now I'm going to start putting $100 just like the 30-year-old. To have the same amount of money at 65 in retirement, the 30-year-old only has to earn 2.2% interest on their savings. The 50-year-old has to earn 14.5% to have the same amount. And what does that tell you?
Well, who's going to earn 14% on average?
They have to take a lot more risk, and it's almost very impossible to do that. And to catch up and say, well, I'll put more monies in it. Well, if that's the case, why didn't we just start a little bit younger and just start putting a little bit aside? Makes a big difference.
Your argument, too, is it gives you options in life when you're saving early?
Yes, and you know, another thing we tell people, diversify, right? Okay, so imagine this, if I told you you could have one job making a minimum amount of money, but if we diversify our money, and that would be equal to you having multiple jobs and earning multiple amount of money and a lot of money, well, that's why we have more income with multiple streams than we do if we just have it all in one.
What would you say, Mike, to somebody who came to you, whether they were a client or just, some 30-year-old with a couple of kids and some tuition and a car payment and, obligations, who says, look, it's just too hard. I can't afford it.
It is. But, we always try to emphasize, in the new iPads and new phones and all the technology. Here's what I tell people. Look, just take one weekend out the month. And let's just stay home and watch a movie, pop some popcorn, throw a pizza in the oven. If you could save $100, $150, I know we want to take the kids everywhere, want to take them to Disney, do that. But, I grew up in an era where we sacrificed. And if we sacrifice just a little bit, $100 a month, that's not a whole lot. No excuse, but it'll make a big difference.
$100 doesn't do much for you if you're saving it at 60. If you're saving it at 20, it becomes
20 and 30 makes a huge difference, John.
All right, Mike Martinez. This is an old iPad, by the way. 7:48. Here's Shelby.